What's up YouTube, Gushi here. In this video we're going to be going over everything you need to know about status effects within the Marvel's Avengers. Currently there are 6 types of status effects that you can apply to enemies, which are Gamma, Particle, Shock, Cosmic, Plasma, and Cryo. And all of these either debuff the enemy or do damage over time, aka dot damage. And I'll be going through every single status and what they do within this video. So the first thing I want to explain is how to inflict these statuses on enemies. And the main way you're going to be doing this is with the gear that you have equipped. Taking a look at your gear, if they do have the ability to inflict the status effect, the specific gear will have it as a prefix of its name and within the perk section description below. With each perk description, there's usually an attack type that procs the status effect. And these can include regular melee attacks, ranged attacks, combo finishers, signature moves, or power attacks. If you're not sure which moves proc it, just head to your skill tree, hover over any move, and right under the move's name will be the type of attack. So to start off, Gamma damage inflicts a poison effect. This is indicated by the green meter above the enemy's head. And you can visibly see on the screen a damage tick about every 1 second. Another cool thing is that enemies nearby also take intermittent damage. So when this enemy gets close to this other enemy, he takes his own 316 dot damage and the other guy takes 50. Finally, the last perk of Gamma Poisoning is that defeating enemies with Gamma Poisoning causes a big Gamma explosion. The next status we'll go over is the Pim Shrink. And this is indicated by the red bar above the enemy's head. After this bar fills up, enemies will visually shrink and incur a debuff that makes them do less damage and take more damage. And this is super useful when going up against higher level enemies that do larger amounts of damage. However, a thing to note is that their attacks still can stun you. Next is shock damage. This is indicated by the blue bar above the enemy's head. Once that bar fills up, then enemies take increased damage and have a greater chance that critical attacks will occur. Next is cosmic damage, and this is an interesting one. This is indicated by the yellow bar above the enemy's head. Once filled, enemies become ionized, which means enemies take more damage, and anyone who does damage to that enemy will also regain some health. So as you can see, once their bar gets full, they get this yellow outline, and then when you do any type of damage to them, this yellow lightning effect connects you and the enemy, and then heals you, indicated by the green outline around your character. And this is a great team ability where you can focus down targets and take them out as fast as possible. One cool thing that I found was that with the Hulk, this piece of gear gave all his range attacks do cosmic damage. So along with his ability to huck a big boulder and cause cosmic damage, he also has the ability to twirl the boulder around, which gave him the option to inflict cosmic damage at close range and long range. The next effect is Plasma Burn. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of this throughout my beta playthrough, but states that it does burn damage over a certain amount of time, as well as periodically interrupting their attacks. And I could see this useful for larger enemies that don't stagger easily. Finally, the last status effect is Cryo. This is indicated by the green bar with the Cryo symbol on top. When that bar fills up, enemies will freeze, slowing their movement and decreasing the frequency of all their actions. And as you can see in this clip, the enemy's movements become super slow, and when they're actually knocked into the air, they float for a little bit. And this could be a really good tool for crowd control. And that's all the status effects within the game so far. A thing to note is that multiple status effects can be applied to the same target. However, I do recommend that focusing on 1 or 2 with everyone in your squad will help fill the meter faster and focus on the ones that are most beneficial. So far, the ones that I think that are the best are Cryo to reduce movement speed and attack frequency, as well as one of the statuses that make enemies take increased amounts of damage. If healing is more important, I go with Cosmic, or if you want to go all out attack for those crits, you can go with Shock. With that, let me know in the comment section down below what status effects your squad is running, or if you just found other status effects more useful. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.